Welcome to GraveyardDance.com. What you're about to hear is a true story. At least most people tend to think so. Everyone involved passed lie detector tests, so the chance of one faking it would be hard to believe. I've read up on everything I could ever find about the case, and I have to admit, I am definitely convinced it happened. Before we go on, I also have to say this is a remake of a previous video. This was one of our earliest videos, and back when we were first starting out, some of our first videos were pretty may I say horrible? Even by our own standards. We're trying to improve with each video we do. So if you happen to go back to some of our early stuff and see it's pretty bad, just remember, we all had to start somewhere. Also, if you happen to be an animal lover, please check out our other site, eyesofadog.net. It's a nationwide animal rescue adoption directory if you happen to live within the United States. At the bottom of that page, you'll see many of our videos there, and I hope you'll take a moment to not only subscribe to that channel, but this one as well. Tell your friends. It doesn't matter if it's by word of mouth or if you share our content on any social media you prefer, it all helps, and we love you for it. With all that said and out of the way, onto today's story, the true story of the Travis Walton UFO abduction. After you hear the story, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. Travis Walton was a 35-year-old man living in a small town in the Midwest called Snowflake, Arizona. He worked as a mechanic at the local auto repair shop and led a quiet, unassuming life as an adult, but in his younger years, he was known to be quite the daredevil. However, everything changed one fateful night when he was abducted by a UFO. Travis Walton's abduction by a UFO is one of the most famous and controversial alien encounter stories in history. The incident took place on November 5, 1975, in the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest in Arizona. It was a clear, starry night, and Travis and his work crew was driving home from a late shift of cutting trees when he noticed a strange light in the sky. At first, he thought it was just a shooting star, but as he continued to watch, the light grew larger and brighter. Suddenly, his truck's engine sputtered and died, leaving them stranded on the dark country road. He began to walk towards the strange craft, much to the horror of his friends. Before he could react, a beam of light enveloped him, and he felt himself being lifted off the ground. The next thing he knew, he was inside a metallic room that seemed to be pulsating with an otherworldly energy. His colleagues, initially panicked, drove away but later returned to find no trace of Walton. Travis's heart raced as he tried to make sense of his surroundings. He could hear strange noises and see bizarre symbols flashing on the walls around him. Panic set in as he realized that he was not alone. There were beings unlike anything he had ever seen before. They were tall and slender with elongated limbs and large, almond-shaped eyes that seemed to pierce right through him. Despite his fear, Travis found himself unable to move or speak as the beings approached him with an otherworldly grace. They communicated with him through telepathy, assuring him that they meant him no harm and were simply curious about human life on Earth. As the initial shock began to subside, Travis found himself engaging in a surreal conversation with these extraterrestrial beings. They shared knowledge about their advanced technology and their peaceful intentions towards humanity. They explained that they had been observing Earth for centuries and were fascinated by human emotions and creativity. Travis was overwhelmed by the experience, but also felt a sense of awe and wonder at the vastness of the universe and the possibility of life beyond Earth. After what felt like hours of conversation, Travis suddenly found himself back in his car on the deserted country road. The UFO was gone, and the night was once again silent and still. He struggled to comprehend what had just happened. Was it all just a vivid dream or an elaborate hallucination? But deep down, he knew that it was real. The encounter had left an indelible mark on his psyche, filling him with a profound sense of curiosity about the mysteries of the cosmos. News of Travis's abduction spread quickly through the town, sparking intense speculation and debate among locals and UFO enthusiasts alike. Some dismissed his story as a fabrication or a figment of his imagination, while others believed him wholeheartedly, citing similar accounts from around the world. Travis found himself thrust into the spotlight, bombarded by media inquiries and requests for interviews. Despite the skepticism and scrutiny, he remained steadfast in his conviction that what had happened to him was undeniably real. The investigation into Travis Walton's disappearance and subsequent return was extensive and involved multiple law enforcement agencies, including the Apache County Sheriff's Office and the FBI. Initially, suspicion fell on Walton's coworkers, who were the last people to see him before his disappearance. However, polygraph tests administered to them showed no signs of deception, leading investigators to consider other possibilities. One of the key suspects in the investigation was Mike Rogers, Walton's friend and co-worker who was driving the truck when Walton was allegedly abducted. Some speculated that Rogers might have been involved in a hoax or cover-up to conceal a different explanation for Walton's disappearance. However, there was no concrete evidence linking Rogers to any wrongdoing, and he maintained his account of events throughout the investigation. Another suspect that emerged during the investigation was Alan Dallas, a local man who claimed to have witnessed Walton's abduction. Dallas' testimony was met with skepticism by some investigators, who questioned his credibility and motives. However, no conclusive evidence could be found to either corroborate or refute Dallas' claims. As the investigation continued, various theories were put forward to explain Walton's disappearance. Some suggested that he might have staged his own abduction as a publicity stunt or for personal reasons. Others proposed that he had suffered an accident or injury in the forest and fabricated the UFO story to cover it up. Despite these speculations, no evidence supporting these theories surfaced during the investigation. In addition to suspects within the local community, law enforcement also considered the possibility of outside involvement in Walton's disappearance. Given the sensational nature of his story and its potential impact on public perception of extraterrestrial life, some speculated that government agencies or other clandestine groups might have been involved in orchestrating or covering up the incident. However, no conclusive evidence supporting these theories was ever found. Ultimately, despite an extensive investigation and widespread media attention, no definitive explanation for Travis Walton's experience has ever been established. His story has been subject to intense scrutiny and debate over the years, with proponents and skeptics offering conflicting interpretations of the events. The case remains one of the most enduring mysteries in UFO lore and continues to captivate public interest decades after it occurred. In the months that followed, Travis became deeply involved in ufology and dedicated himself to unraveling the truth behind his extraordinary experience. He connected with other abductees and researchers who shared their own encounters with UFOs and extraterrestrial beings. Together, they formed a tight-knit community bound by their shared quest for understanding and disclosure. Travis delved into ancient texts, scientific journals, and eyewitness testimonies, seeking to piece together a comprehensive picture of humanity's interactions with alien civilizations throughout history. His relentless pursuit led him to collaborate with renowned astrophysicists and exobiologists who were equally fascinated by the prospect of intelligent life beyond our planet. Together, they conducted rigorous investigations into reported UFO sightings and anomalous phenomena, striving to separate fact from fiction in an effort to demystify the enigma of extraterrestrial visitations. Their work garnered attention from academic institutions and government agencies interested in exploring the implications of contact with advanced alien civilizations. Travis's journey took him to remote corners of the globe where he encountered indigenous cultures that had preserved ancient knowledge about celestial visitors and cosmic wisdom passed down through generations. He listened to elders recounting tales of star people who had imparted profound teachings about harmony with nature and cosmic interconnectedness. These encounters deepened his understanding of humanity's enduring fascination with the stars and our innate yearning for cosmic communion beyond terrestrial boundaries. Wow, so yeah, that was crazy, wasn't it? Can you seriously imagine being taken aboard a real UFO? Who knows how far away from Earth he was taken in the time he was gone? Tell us what you think. Would you like to be taken aboard a UFO by aliens if they were nice? Where in the universe would you like to go? What planets would you like to see? Thanks for watching, everyone. Till next time.